Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Johanna. For those of you who are new here, welcome. For those of you who are returning, welcome back. In today's video, I'll be participating in the coloring scare tag, and if that is of interest to you, please stay tuned. Okay, so I was tagged by Emma of Emma Colors 2020, the co-host of this coloring scare tag. She did create this with Kori of Colorfully Optimistic. I will link their channels below. And so while I'm answering the questions, I'll be coloring out of Coloring Heaven's annual 2021 book. This is actually a picture I need to finish for Uncle Ronnie's weekly challenge. It is currently after work on Friday, October 1st. So yeah, I'm running out of daylight with this picture and I really wanted to get it done. And so while I'm doing that, I'll be answering some questions. I will be tagging people at the end of this video. That is question number 20. Again, anyone mentioned in this video will be tagged below. All right, so this is the picture I'm working on this week during this video. It is from Halloween Special, a design by Simon Candini. The prompt for Olga was octopus, and this is close as I'm getting for that challenge. Luckily, with the challenge, it's very open-ended, so whatever your interpretation is, that's what's going. I wanted a very neutral, a very somber palette, and so that's why the colors are what they are. And then I'm going to be using some Tombow alcohol markers, and we're going to be working on this. I don't know how much I'll actually get done with coloring. I've never actually colored and done a tag video, so yeah, that might just be weird. So let me pull some colors first, because I think there might be a glare on this. I'll be right back. And the Tombows, my brother did buy these for me from, I think, tombow.com. And there's actually 2 levels of grays in it. It was a 12-pack, I believe. And so there are some that pull just like a cool gray, but then there are some that pull this kind of warm gray. And so these are the ones that I'll be using here. Now, I should have mentioned this a little bit earlier, but this is probably going to be a chatty long video, just considering the number of questions. So you may want to color or journal or just get a snack while we go through this together. All right, question number 1. What weapon would you choose if you were living in The Walking Dead? So I've actually thought about what would I do if I were living during a zombie apocalypse. Oh, these don't post. Okay. And to be perfectly honest with you, I probably, and it's going to be super fatalistic, but I probably would want to be zombie food in that first round. I would not want to be full-on survivor mode. I am an introverted, pampered, indoor cat, and if I have to rely on my own wits and skill and sweat levels in order to survive, just eat my brain already. Enjoy. I can't go to a grocery store without having to worry. Yeah, and I know, people are like, oh, survivor mode, and yeah, no, just eat my brain, call it a day. I hope I was delicious. Question number 2, if you were paid to stay the night in a haunted house, would you, and how much would they have to give you? Well, okay, so I'm a scaredy cat. I guess I should have started with that information. And I didn't realize that she's close to this, so I might have to do some things. But anyway, honestly, the thing about a haunted house that scares me isn't so much the ghosts or the poltergeists or the young kids that are crawling up on the ceiling. It's more the little things like the bugs or the cobwebs. Is there goo? And you're like, why would there be goo? I don't know if you guys have ever watched Ghostbusters, but apparently there's gooey ghosts. So is there goo? I'd need to know that. I don't want things touching me. I don't like things or the sound of skittering. If you ever heard a bug rustling in the night, yeah, not a fan of that. So if I went to a haunted house blind, well, you'd have to pay me like $1 gabillion because the mental trauma of that would just be too much. Well, maybe not too much if you're giving me $1 gabillion, but $1 gabillion would certainly make it worthwhile. Now, I don't even know if that's a real amount of money, but if it's just a haunted house with some ghosts, no cobwebs, no touchy-feely creepy things, then I don't know, like 5,000, 10,000. And I say that because the shopping I could do to self-medicate, I think would be sufficient. All right, question number 3. What superstition, urban legend do you believe? Now, I don't know where I picked this up, but I will not cut my fingernails, my toenails, or my hair after dark. And I don't know if that's a local thing to Hawaii. I don't know if that's a Polynesian thing. It's not something that my mom follows. So it's not a European thing. But yeah, I won't cut either. And there have been times where I didn't get a chance during the day to cut my nails and it gets after dark. I'm like, well, I just lost that opportunity because I won't do it. The only exception to that is if I break where it's below here and I'm afraid it's going to rip, then yeah, because that I see more of like a medical attention type of thing than anything. But otherwise, nope, no cutting of hair or nails after dark. What horror movie, question number 4. What horror movie did you never get over? Now, if you guys are easily triggered, you may just want to pause, take a deep breath, and then come back, because the movie I'm going to mention is truly, truly terrifying. Ready? The movie that I have never been able to get over is Grease 2. Oh my God, guys. As much as I adore John Travolta and Olivia Newton-John pretending like they're not old-ass teenagers, Grease 2 was horrible. Horrible. You might as well consider it a horror movie. Honestly, if they had some mass killing and gore, it might have made that movie better. Now, I know that Michelle Pfeiffer was super young, and you're not going to be really picky choosy about the roles you take, but honestly, I mean, for a long time, I was mad at her. I was mad at Michelle Pfeiffer for making that movie because I loved Grease so much. Just so much. So yeah, that's the horror movie I can't get over. And you're like, that's not a horror movie. Yeah, it's horrible. So it's a horror movie. I'll fight you. What is your favorite scary and or Halloween coloring book? I don't actually have any coloring books that are specifically Halloween themed. So if I were going to choose one, it'd probably be one of these annual collections from Coloring Heaven, because they do actually have quite a few coloring pictures that are dealing with Halloween in them. Question number 6. What is the scariest book you've ever read? Now, this was years and years and years ago during my teens, and I will be 50 next year. But It from Stephen King, I actually had to take a year-long break in order to finish that book because it just got so creepy. I could not deal. And so even to this day, I cannot pass a storm drain without thinking about that freaky clown. Now, I'm a big girl. You were going to have a massive storm drain in order to drag me in. I'm not some little kid. Even when I was a little kid, I wasn't that little. But still, even knowing that logistically, kidnapping me or pulling me down a storm drain probably is not going to happen, still. Yeah. And I can't even remember the premise of the book. I've never seen the movies. I don't know what's going on, but I still have that imagery in my head. And I look at storm drains now very suspiciously. I don't know why that's such a hard word to say, suspiciously, because if I see a face or a head or anything in a storm drain, oh, girl. Oh, I might squeal. I might pee. I don't know. I'm a scaredy cat. Just don't. If you could be a scary monster, what one would you be? I would be Sully from Monsters, Inc. I mean, he's a scare monster. He works for Monsters, Inc. Well, I mean, we all know now because, you know, we learn as we grow, that laughter actually brings more of the juice that powers their world or whatever. But I wouldn't be Scully specifically because there's already Scully, but I would be a JoJo monster, and I would be pink and sparkly and smell pretty. That's the kind of scary monster I would be. What is the scariest place you've ever been? Okay, well, that would probably be the mall during Christmas shopping time, surrounded by teenagers. Oh, shudder. Are you scared of the dark? And if so, what scares you most about the dark? I'm actually not scared of the dark. I never have been. But I have always been scared of the silence. So probably between my teenage years through probably my early 30s, I could not fall asleep if it was quiet. And so I would just run a radio just to have some noise. And the reason why the silence bothered me so much, I'm not a fan of it now, but I can deal, is you could hear the rustling sometimes. And we have cockroaches here in Hawaii. And just sometimes they come inside the house and sometimes they come inside the bedrooms, and I hate that. Apparently they love the dark in order to scare the bejesus out of humans. And so yeah, that was a huge fear of mine. So yeah, dark, no problem. Silence, well, then you can hear things. Question number 10, do you go to the toilet with the lights on or off after a scary movie? And if you have a closet, would you need to have a door fully closed to sleep? I don't watch scary movies. I mean, like Hocus Pocus probably would be the scariest, because I can do those kind of family-friendly Halloween movies, but I don't do anything that's gory or scary or could possibly be in the realm of realistic, right? So I can watch your cheesy action movies that they murder people left and right, no problem, all day, every day. But as soon as you get movies like Halloween, or I Know What You Did Last Summer, or Saw, or things like that, where it's just humans being mean to humans, yeah, I can't deal with that. No, thank you. No, thank you. But I was like, I don't understand this question. I mean, do people go to the toilet in the dark? My room is down the hall from the bathroom, and so sometimes I'll turn the hallway light on, and it's not because I'm scared, but because we have cats, and you certainly don't want to step on a cat in the middle of the night, because that's a sound you won't forget. And then when I go to the bathroom, I turn on the light. I mean, maybe I'm going to the bathroom wrong, but I need light to do things. Well, maybe I'm just weird, but that just like, wait, what? Who goes to the bathroom in the dark? I don't understand this question. And then for my closet, I actually took the doors off soon after we moved in here. Oh, okay. So I don't have doors on my closet. But I've never actually been one to keep the closet doors open, or I've never been one who's been scared of what's under the bed or in the closet. I don't know why. Maybe because I've always been a big kid, like physically. And so, I mean, come at me, monster. It's just going to be rough on you. I thought this would take away some. Might have to try something else. So yeah, that's the answer to that question. Do you prefer, number 11, do you prefer to watch scary movies with others or alone? Again, I don't watch scary movies, and you can't convince me to watch a scary movie. So if you want to watch a scary movie, well, then when you get home or when you see me, just bring me some popcorn, because I love movie theater popcorn. But otherwise, no, thank you. Number 12, do you want to be a vampire, zombie, or a werewolf? Okay. Why does everything have a brush tip? Let's see if this will take away some of the ink. Maybe if I keep fiddling at it. So when I was born with a full head of jet black hair. And hair all over, honestly. And so I've never liked werewolves. I mean, yeah, as a person who has been hairy her entire life, not a fan. I don't like zombies, and I don't like either iteration of zombies. The slow shuffling ones, I mean, come on, get out of the way, move. Just, people got things to do. I mean, not me, because I'll be gone in that first round, question number 1. But I mean, for everyone else, just move to the side. It's like going to Costco sometimes at rush time. Why are you so slow? Why? But then the skittery ones, the scurrying ones, the really quick ones, like in World War Z. World War Z was okay to me. I could watch that movie because Brad Pitt was in it. But otherwise, I don't like the fast zombies. But then they're like bugs. So I don't like those as well. So I wouldn't want to be a zombie. Now vampires I like, especially the modern last 20, 30 years of vampires. They've been super hot. The thing with vampires is you get frozen in time in your current state. And I don't know if I want to live eternity like this. Now, I'm a good person, blah, blah, blah. But I want to look like this, 200, 300, 400 years? No. So if I had to choose one, I guess vampire. I mean, honestly, no. Let's change that. Let's go werewolf. I mean, I'm already hairy. I'm just gonna be more hairy. That's fine. And it's, you only turn into a wolf during the full moon. That's fine. I can deal. I mean, I think you have to go outside. I think the moon actually has to touch you, so I'll be good. I mean, I don't normally am outside during the dark, so yay, win. Number 13, would you participate in the zombie run? Now, what kind of question is that exactly? It assumes 2 things. 1, that I'm into zombies, and 2, that I am into running. Neither of those are appealing to me. Now, I guess if you are into horror, that seems like fun. To me, that just seems like I've been kidnapped on a bad date and someone needs to come get me and take me home because none of that sounds like fun. So I wouldn't even want to watch it because, the whole shuffling, no. No. Oh, no. No. Number 14, do you prefer gory, creepy, or cute and spooky? I'm definitely more of a cute and spooky. I don't mind creepy. I think there are some of the coloring books and some of the coloring styles that definitely lean more towards the creepy, maybe not necessarily super creepy. Like, she's not creepy, but I guess she's cute. I don't know. There are just certain styles that I definitely lean towards, but I am not a fan of gory. I can't handle even pink in my steak. I certainly can't handle tons of blood in anything, real life or in movies. So yeah, definitely not a gory kind of person. Number 15, what scares you the most about being home alone? Honestly, that there's no snacks. There's no snacks in the house. I'm going to be terrified. It's just going to terrify me that what am I going to do now? Eat a piece of fruit? Oh, the horror. The horror. I'm trying to make him look speckled. I like the darkness because it plays against her really well, but I want to make him look a little bit interesting. And that pulling up of color is certainly more interesting to me than it being super dark. So let's see if this will do anything. Number 16, would you rather walk through a cornfield or a forest in the dark? This is a really active list of things. You've got to survive and do the whole zombie thing and then zombie run, and now you're in a cornfield at night. don't know what these ladies were thinking, but honestly, neither. Cornfields, generally, I think by the time the corn is ready to be harvested, they have to be quite tall. So I'm 5'8", and I think they actually grow like 6-7 feet tall. So that means you can't see. There's zero visibility. And so anything can be in a cornfield. It could be bugs and mice and weird guys. So yeah, I wouldn't want a cornfield. But then in the forest, you've got like werewolves. Okay, well, maybe if I'm a werewolf, I wouldn't mind so much. But you've got like bugs and trees and ew. Nope, nope, nope. I'm an indoor cat, guys. What am I doing outside at the dark? So yeah, that's the answer for that one. Number 17. If you could make a magic potion, what would it do and what ingredients would it take to make it? Now, I don't know if you guys immediately thought of Harry Potter, Chamber of Secrets, Hermione making the polyjuice potion. I think that's what it was. Yeah, I think that's what it was. And she turned into a cat, and oh, wouldn't that be cool? But it wasn't cool because she needed intervention. I don't know if you guys thought about that, but by the time I thought about that and all of the whole repercussions of that, I'm like, oh, I'm exhausted. I wouldn't make potions because it seems like a lot of work and there's a lot of probably really weird ingredients, and some of them might be gross, some of them might smell, and I don't like either of those things. And yeah, but if you're making potions, let me know, and I'll buy them from you. That's what I'll do. Number 18, what was your favorite Halloween costume of all time? Now, I don't have a picture, but when I first started working, oh goodness, about 20, well, I've been in my career for 25 years, so it's probably about 22, 23 years ago. I had made some poodle skirts for two of my coworkers and myself. And then some gentlemen in our office, they were going to dress up like 50s. So we were just doing this whole 50s thing. And I made the poodle skirts from felt. I had found a pattern at Walmart. It was really easy, luckily, because I only can hand sew. I don't actually know how to sew on a sewing machine. Well, no, that's not true. I do, but I can't do it very well. And so we looked really cute. Now, I don't know how it is where you live, but in Hawaii, Halloween is still hot. So walking around, even an AC'd office in a nearly ankle length felt skirt when it's in the 80s and like a humid 80s was no bueno, but we were super cute. I was really, really happy with how that came out. Unfortunately, I don't have a picture. There was no smartphones at that time, but yeah, honestly, I'm glad that there was no smartphones when I was in my 20s and 30s. Those are not memories that I think should circulate. Number 19. We're nearly there, guys. Who would you rather have as a friend? Michael Myers, Pennywise, Alien, Predator, or Freddy Krueger, and why? So I know who all these characters are. I've never seen a movie with Michael Myers. I've never seen a movie with Freddy Krueger. I did read It, which I think Pennywise is from, but I've never seen the movie. I've seen Alien. I mean, Alien isn't a go-to movie for me, but I'm not overly bothered by it. And I actually like the Predator movies. To me, Predator movies are more action movies with aliens. So if I had to choose, I would choose the Predator as my friend, because I mean, they do have that, you know, giant Cthulhu type head. At least that's what I'm thinking that word is. But from the neck down, those guys are kind of fit. Hey, friend. How you doing? Yep, I said it. All right, so number 20. Who are the 3 people you would like to participate in the Coloring Scare tag? So I'm going to change the rules up just slightly because the first person I'm tagging, and sweetie, don't feel obligated, but if you do this, I think anything Halloween themed that you might be doing at the time, or you have a Halloween something as a flat lay, just so that there's something Halloween related. But it's my girl Andy from It's Andy or Andy Pandy Plays, because she actually does have 2 channels. And I'm really interested in what your answers would be. But then the other 2 are from the coloring book community. I am tagging Spicy of Spicy Cat Colors, and that's just because the tag I'll be doing immediately after this video, she tagged me in. And then I'm also tagging Danielle of Danny Buttons. All right, guys, the questions will be in the description box below. I'd love to know what you think and if you're going to be participating in this tag. Now, any tag that you ever see, especially here in the coloring book community, if you are not specifically tagged, I know that the creators would be more than happy to hear your answers. And if you do want to participate, all I'd recommend is that you tag both Kori and Emma in the video, and that you use the hashtag coloringscaretag just so they can be able to find your videos, because it's just really interesting to hear everyone's answers, even mine. All right, guys, well, that's it for me for now. And as always, aloha.